Hello! What's good, everybody? It's your boy Roman Puss here with some more OPBR. Now today we're going to do another map review. We're going to go over the brand new, the Sunset Dusk Time, Dusk Time, not Dawn. Dusk Time SABAODY Archipelago. Now, after playing this map several times, I think I've come to the conclusion that I hate it the most. The daytime one is honestly better. Nighttime Alabasta, I would much rather play on Nighttime Alabasta rather than this map. This thing drives me nuts. I've had so many stupid losses. It's very hard to control things because there's so much going on in so many different places. So it's a very hard map to control. But I'm going to give you guys my best thought process and best idea on like how you should play it, which things you should look out for, and which units are kind of best and whatnot. So let's dive in and take a look. Alrighty, now, here's my little figure. I didn't have like the actual official like drawn up map, but honestly, I'm gonna give myself pretty good credit. A little bit artistic. And also, ignore Petrus up in the corner. She there for a reason, she just vibes in. But here's our map here, alright? So, after lots and lots of games on here, because I've been grinding a bunch this season, this is by far my most hated map. Once again, I'm going to say that. The bubbles are just annoying. They waste too much time. And yeah, but I'm not going to sit here and rant and complain. What I think best things to do when you're starting out. Let's start out as, let's be this little red color. You got your 4 people here, right? We all run. I think it's best to go, potentially, if you have no defender, or if your defender's going to run down and you can't control, and you're just like a runner and attacker or something, or 2 attackers, 2 runners or something, I think just send 2. You can go send 2 top. If you are a defender, and if you by chance know the player and they're a really good defender, I think it's okay to send 1 defender top and let him chill there and charge that treasure for a minute. But generally you kind of want 2 there, because if you can gain, I think one of the most important things to do is gain control of the top 2. Because from there, you are the most mobile, and you can see kind of everything that's going on. Besides, like, the middle here, under here might be a little confusing because you're not sure who's what and where, because you can't see under there. But it allows you to be able to position yourself, so if you need to jump down here, you can do that. If you need to jump down here, you can do that. So I think staying in these top 2 flags is your best bet and gaining control of those. Plus, you can see when someone spawns, who's going to be coming up the bubble, and you can run away if you need to on team boost. You can like make sure you're paying attention to the bar and see if you need to start running away, and you can hide behind the wall and whatnot and make them waste their team boost, or you can just jump down. And you may have to sacrifice the flags, but it's either die and sacrifice the flags, or you can survive and sacrifice the flags. It's kind of your choice. I guess if you doesn't matter, I don't know. You might be able to outplay them too, but when they're on team boost, it's generally unlikely. And if they're a good player, it comes down to a lot of player skill at that point. But overall, I think controlling these top 2 is most ideal. If you are a defender and you get this middle flag, it can be kind of obnoxious to sit here and defend this, and because sometimes you'll get people that jump down on this side, sometimes you'll run over to defend this one, and you'll have someone that jumps down on this side and goes and grabs this one. If you have those 3 controlled, it's a lot for a defender. There's certain ones that are better. I think some characters that are really good on this map are obviously like Kuma and Mihawk, people who can shoot through the walls. Lucci, obviously, I don't know, a lot of like the meta picks. Kuma can shoot his paws and can hit from this flag to that flag because he can shoot through the wall, so can Mihawk. So, and they can be hidden while they're doing it, which is like a really good advantage. Just people like Kuma, Mihawk, great defenders on this. Red Lucci, because he can do his little circular thing that can knock them back. And he can also use it on this wall too. So if he jumps up, comes up the bubble, and they happen to not know who you are, you can just go and do the circle thing beyond the bubble. You might be able to surprise them and knock them back. Especially if 2 people come up on there. Unfortunately, I really don't want to go over EX, but obviously someone like Big Mom is going to be great on this map because it's a lot of running around. You can run defenders between the 2 treasures. If you're a Big Mom and there's 1 defender, 1 person up top, and it's a bit like a defender that you absolutely can't kill because there's like Big Mom's not the greatest at killing defenders. She can just like push them off. You can run them back and forth. It's actually ridiculous, especially if it's like a Magellan. I'm using this prime example because my boy Tomasta always plays Magellan, so I can't kill him. So you can just sit here, go over here, try and mess with them, run away, and try and take this flag. And then once he gets over here, you go and run back to that flag, and then just kind of wither him down and work your way from that. Very annoying, I know, but it's the runner thing. Or Kaku, Dolphys, they excel in doing stuff like that. So if you're Kaku or Dolphy, you can do that as well. Those 2 are kind of getting a little outdated, so I wouldn't recommend necessarily those 2, but they do all right. People like Lofties. You can be Lofty. It allows you just to sit back here. It pretty much the meta. I'm gonna be honest. Like the meta right now is good. So you got Lofty. You got Red Lucci. People don't play him, but I consider him very meta because of Big Mom being meta. Is Kuma. If you don't have Kuma maxed and you're tired of Big Mom, I strongly recommend you maxing him because he has a trait that lets him not get knocked back. It makes him get knocked down instead when he's above 70% HP, and he takes 50% reduced damage from runners. Well, he takes 20% damage or 30% reduced, and an extra 20% or 30% from runners reduced. So just keep that in mind. You have like a total of like 70% natural damage reduction from runners. Just keep that in mind. It's really, really good. Yeah, you have your Lofties, you have your Red Laws, you have your Rayleigh, you have Red Lucci, Big Mom. I'm gonna be honest, Blackbeards are around and alright, but if there's Big Moms, Blackbeards are not doing that great. I don't know. Shanks, you could potentially, if you get a cluster like of a fight down in the center treasure on the bottom, then you Shanks. If you're Shanks, you like line up right here and do your Griffin's Lash. You can get some good hits on there, but overall, I don't think Shanks is that great anymore. Big Mom destroys him. A lot of people can destroy him. And overall, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Wouldn't necessarily recommend Shanks too much anymore. Obviously, if he gets full stacks, then he can be disgusting. But, yeah. So, overall, as in my general classes, I'm going to start off with, like, Defenders. You can generally set up this flag. If you're a super god, like one of those tanky, you have one of those crazy tanky damage reduction sets, the Sugar, like the Hobby Metal, Cortisone, Sengoku Metal, or Fujitora Metal, whatever one that is, and you can like take like a bunch of damage and be able to chill here, then that's fine, sit here. If they have like a Lofty, then they yoink you off your treasure, just keep an eye out for that. Then I probably wouldn't want to go here because he's just going to pull you off, hit you, and you don't have your damage reduction when you're not on your treasure, so keep that in mind. But Defenders, I definitely think staying up top, if you can have like one defender be able to hold the two treasures up top, that puts your team at such an advantage. So if you are that player, you can hold it, pray that your team can actually do something between the other three treasures. I don't know, sometimes they can't, and it's unfortunate, but there's nothing more you can do. If you are one person and you hold the top two treasures, you are doing your job. You are 100% doing your job. Honestly, if you're two people and you're holding the two treasures, you're like doing decent because you're one person per treasure. I think is kind of alright, but obviously that doesn't match up because you're not manning up. You kind of want to man up 1-to-1 when you're fighting people. So you're leaving 3 people to fight 2 people down at the bottom, which isn't too good. Attackers, obviously always pressing forward. Attackers, I think, should, like, if you can jump up here and then jump over here and be an annoyance on the enemy's flag and the enemy side, then I strongly recommend that. Just go around, get your treasures. Try and push them off it. Maybe help around mid if your defender's starting to struggle. Maybe kind of like hide behind your defender while he sits on the treasure. You sit there in the back and just like ready. Especially if you're a Rayleigh, maybe hide behind them. Perfect dodge any abilities that are sent at them and then go and whack them. Or Lofties, hide behind your defenders. Runners, strongly recommend, like, if you can get up top, help your defender get these and then be ready to jump down, like be ready to jump down over here. Grab this flag. I think that is a great position for them to be on top, especially when you're in the last 35-40 seconds. So say if you last like 30 seconds, you have these two treasures up top, you need to get here, look where your opponent's at and see if you can help them. Look where your team's at so you don't jump down and then a bunch of enemies come up and bamboozle your two top treasures. Sometimes you may be forced to stay. That happens. Just keep that in mind. It's actually so, like, it's so stressful trying to manage this map. It's insane. You really can't. And honestly, trying to hold this middle treasure is super annoying because people, like, you're the first, like, kind of target that people see. So, like, generally people are going to jump down and either go here. I mean, they'll probably go here first because that's their original treasure. So if you're there, it's a little more awkward to hold unless you're like a godlike set defender and they're just unable to kill you. But it's easier to hold, I would say, the top 2 and then get your own treasure here. So, like, these 3 are the ones that I would recommend going for. Your 1, 2, 3. These 2 you kind of could give up, but I think those are the easiest to maintain and grab hold of if you're playing on this map. So that way you don't have to struggle too much for that center flag. It is very hard to take. It's very annoying to maintain and hold, whereas the top 2 are kind of a little bit easier. I have yet to see like a full 4v4 on the top pillar. It hasn't happened yet. There's been like a few people up there, but I haven't had like a full 4v4. People like to go and jump down and be annoying. What was my last thing? I did defenders, I did runners, kind of attackers. Yeah, I don't know. Attackers are always just pushing forward. Try and push like the people off the treasure and kill them and get them down. And then team boost is always a random factor that is there. Yeah. Your top units, I definitely meta, as I would strongly recommend. If you have people with like the fat like ability to go through walls, Perona is actually a kind of a secret sneaky one. I think she's very undervalued. If you can send your little ghosties to go through here, push people, especially if there's a big like bunch of fight going on, you can sit there and stop people from attacking, which is amazing. So Perona's good. She can have their stuff. Kuma, I think Kuma's also really amazing. You can like sit here and bamboozle people. I like to become, when I'm Kuma, sometimes I'll go here, I'll sit right here, and I'll just like aim at them, because usually big moms will get here first, and I'll go, and then I'll like knock the big moms back off the treasure, which is fantastic. So just keep an eye out for that. Those long range abilities. Selga King, I'm not positive. I don't know. He could probably mess around with people on top. Selga King will be probably alright. I don't know. He's really good because people use him against Big Mom and whatnot, and Blackbeard. So those are like a bunch of different choices and different options, if you so choose. This is like by far one of the biggest maps that I struggle with. There's so much big open space that you guys can mess around on. It's crazy. You got people that can come and attack you from all sorts of different sides. So you can maybe have people like walk up on you. If you're defending this treasure, you're here. You may have people jump down here that like crossed all the way over from here, or they can jump down here, or they can walk through this little aisle. There's all sorts of angles that people can come and hit you from. So it's trying to manage yourself from where you're at can be obnoxious. So it is, I don't know. It is what it is. It's a map, that's for sure. But that is like all I have for you guys. I hope that's like a good, decent guide. Control the top 2 treasures is like my major thing, and then go for a third one. Obviously, if you can hold your own, like that's my strongest recommendation for you guys. So I hope this is helpful. Obviously, I know I hate being meta slaves. Trust me, I don't. It's annoying. It is what it is. I mean, like at least when you're in top 100 where I'm at, it's kind of obnoxious. I tried playing my green team and I went on a fat loss streak, and I just like blues don't even struggle against green units. It's insane. Maybe Rayleigh, but like that's it. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe if you enjoyed. If you didn't, that is fine too. But that is about all I have for you. Also, check me out on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do private battles, league battle snipes, and all sorts of stuff. Sometimes I do like my summons on there as well. So that is all I have for you guys, and I'm your boy Roman Puss, and I'm gonna be taking off. Yeah, halle! Peace, beautiful people.